What about you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to start the Zoom now, as it is exactly 10 o'clock. So thank you, everybody. Dr. Shamanas, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, uh, I hope others will join later. Just now. So a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all the people, peace lover and activists around the world. This is Dr. Shaminas from the digital platform for gender peace around the world, which also include the gender equality. I, as a coordinator of gender studies and conflict studies, is taking up today's issue of transgender. So let me introduce about transgender. The world of transgender. One of the classes which has been very less discussed in history is the section transgender, which also need attention as it is one of the most deprived one. The unfortunate thing is that they have always been harassed and has been subject of joke since their evolution. So when we talk about transgender, as we have an expert today, Dr. Mohammed Shameen. So he will be discussing about the various aspects of transgender and what about their life about their life plight in India, basically in India. So we are taking up the issue of as in India a whole. Though the problem of transgender is not limited to India, but we have an expert who has worked in this field from India, and today one of my GPLT friend. Manju, Miss Manju is also will be taking up the interview of Dr. Mohammed Shameen. Manju is also a GPLT Peace Ambassador. She is a trilingual poet. She writes in three languages, English, Hindi, and Spanish. She is also a translator. She is from India, but currently she is based in Spain. She is working there since 4 years. And let me introduce our speaker, Dr. Mohammed Shamim. Dr. Mohammed Shamim is an SPG College, Chamanganj, Kanpur, India, where he has been serving 2010. He holds a PhD in fictional theory from the academic is that he has published 47 research paper and in national international journal. He completed a minor research project on issues and challenges of transgender people in Indian writing English in 2018. The government of Uttar Pradesh granted him 66,000 rupees to cover the stain, pain, and trauma. He has been guiding 4 research scholars and has a specialization in gender studies, transgender literature, fictional theory, and post-colonial literature. And he has written and edited 5 books on transgender community, fictional theories, and research methodology. One of his books on transgender literature was published from Germany. He has delivered 47 lecture in national international conference and chaired 10 technical session in international conference. He got the Nobel Asian Researcher Leader Award, India Iconic Education Award, Sahitya Gaurav Samman, Association of Muslim Professional Excellent Teacher Award. He's holding the post of Deputy Director of Research India Foundation, a government registered organization that promote quality research among academicians. He's an acting officer of Association of Professional Teacher and Researcher, uh, Philippines. So, Shamim sir, you're most welcome on our platform, Global Peace Let's Talk. We have been working for the world peace and we have our website and everything available. I will send you the detail to see it. So first, I want to ask the question that uh, how do you develop interest in working for transgender community?
Yeah, ma'am, it's a very beautiful question. But before answering this question, I would like to thank you for a beautiful introduction. And Just I want to tell to all of you, if anyone say that Dr. Shamim, professor, undoubtedly it's my designation, and whatever I got, whatever I achieved, undoubtedly the credit goes to my teacher also. But always I want to present myself as a learner, as a student. I don't believe that I am a professor, I am a teacher. I always believe that I am a learner, and throughout my life, I want to be a learner, because my teachers always addressed themselves that being the student of literature, being the student of transgender studies, the same concept I have also. So the question was asked, ma'am, ki how such type of interest, yeah, how I raised such issues, how I had taken interest in this issue. Actually, what happened that in 2016 I was in my college, and I was delivering a lecture to BA third year students. In that class, I was just delivering a lecture on a drama. The drama was Seven Steps Around the Fire. I think you all have heard this. The title. This play has been written by Mahesh Dattani, and that play deals with the basic issues of transgender. So what happened that when I started to teach, when I started to talk about the transgender people, some students left the class, and some students did not show the interest whether they are interested to talk about these people. So I came to know among students, I found hatred feelings. Among students, I found that they were not interested. They don't have any interest that they have to. I have to talk. Yeah, I have to just tell such a thing that has been marginalized, stigmatized past centuries. They were not interested to know about these things. They were thinking that the transgender people are scoundrel, they are vagabond, they tease them whenever they come, whenever they meet in trains, whenever they meet in buses. So what happened that in that class, I think 45 students were there, and some students left the class, some students were not interested, but some students were very curious. They want to know what has been told by Mahesh Dattani in the play. I'm not going to tell any summary or content, but I'm telling you what I felt in that classroom. So what happened that there were 5 or 7 students. They said that undoubtedly, sir, theoretically you are telling me that transgender are like this, transgenders are the people, they have been marginalized, abused. So what we have to do you can say in my college campus, not in my college campus, but near the college campus, some transgender people were living there. So it was said that I have to go there and to meet them, to talk them, and we have to get the first hand experience of life. So with 5 students, I started my journey in 2016 or 2015. But before starting that journey, I want to tell you about the Nalsa judgment, or you can say Nalsa judgment that came on 14th April 2014. It was a judgment that has been given by the apex of the court of India. So in that judgment, transgender issues had been highlighted. It came into limelight. Media person covered their issues, their challenges, their problems, all these things we came to know. So the students said that we don't want to get the theoretical experience. They said that we have to go for the practical experience. To get the practical experience, I went in that area where transgender people were living. I consulted a man. I myself had fear. I had fear. I was not in position to meet them directly because I had fear कि they might be abuse me, they might be humiliate me. As I have my own opinion, as I have assumed about themselves, because I might have seen them in trains, in buses. So what happened when I went there? They were not ready to meet me. They said that my guru will come, and they given me time. Ki, tomorrow you have to come, and you have to come to meet me. My guru will. So I came to know about their hierarchy, about their, you can say, guru chela relationship. I also came to know that they are not ready to give their interview or to talk with them. So this was the journey where I had started in 2016. That was a very practical experience that started from my college, from my classroom with BA third year students. Now, yeah.
Do you think that now the attitude of government has changed toward transgender, as now lots of policies are being made?
Yeah, undoubtedly, ma'am, things are going to happen, but we find these things on paper, and we also find a lot of changes came. But when you go, especially when you get the first-hand experience, you find that the things remain to do. Ultimately, government makes the policies. Undoubtedly, the verdict of the apex court is in our hand. They have been addressed as even they have choice whether they can fill the gender option either as male, female, man or woman, whatever they like. But the question is that when you go in especially in institution that is governed by our society, you find that there is no room for them. So making law and implementation of law, both these two things are entirely different. You will come to know when we make the law, but if it is not executed on the ground, we don't find any positive result. Even we found some positive result. I was invited at Sahit Academy. There was a session on transgender literature. I was there, and I was there. I met Kalki Subramaniam, a well-known transgender. I also met Manobi Bandyopadhyay, the first transgender of India. She's a principal in PG college. They shared their struggle. They shared their you can say stain, pain, trauma, whatever has been felt by them, and how they have been marginalized with the passage of time. So in the journey of the marginalization, you find that society play a very pivotal role, a very significant role. But with the society, family plays a very significant role, because first they are disowned by their parents. Undoubtedly, this disowning happens due to the cause of the pressure of the society. So there is a chemistry between family and society. Society is like a scarecrow that puts the pressure on family, on parents, and just to say that this child is not fit in binary concept of gender. This child is not fruitful for the family, for the society. This child has no right to live with us. Therefore, under pressure, what happens? They disown. So this is the thing which we get, and undoubtedly changes came. But in my view, uh, a lot of things remain, and we will come to know to get the positive result when the doors of our institution is going to open them, especially colleges, universities, and you can say 10 plus 2 colleges. If these institutions are going to open them, if we welcome them as a teacher, if we welcome them as an administrator, if they come to study in our colleges, if we give them space to sit beside us, surely and certainly the transformation, the changes will come. So we can talk about Nalsa judgment. We can talk about Transgender Person Act 2019. We can also talk about scrapping of the Article 377. Undoubtedly, these things have been given. These things came in favor of transgender people. But what I want to tell you is when you go in the field, you find obstacle, you find hindrance, you find a lot of difficulties, and these obstacles, hindrance, and difficulties have been created by we people. We people means teachers, policemen. There is a coalition between policemen and politicians against them. Even you can just go with the play, the seven steps around the fire, how Kamla is brutally murdered, and behind the murder, Kamla is a transgender. She loves a person, Subbu. Subbu is the son of a politician, and the leader doesn't want that Kamla, yeah, transgender person must love, yeah, she has to fall in love with my son. So what happens with the help of the police, with the help of that, you can say responsible person, he arranged to kill that Kamla. So such a thing we find in our society, not only in the pages of the literature, we find such a thing in our society. This thing happens. Yeah, ma'am.
Don't you? Yes, Manju. Yes.
No, I just wanted to ask, sir, before we go ahead and talk about the technical details or any judgments or any legal terms, I just wanted to keep the terminology clear. Like transgender, when we say, sir, what do you think they identify themselves with? By default with the female gender, because most of the perceptions, and you are also using most of the time she for them, so is it by default they use the female orientation, or do they have liberty to choose their sexual orientation for being male or being female?
Yeah, ma'am, it's a very beautiful question, and I just want to tell you ki what happens that when we address that ki they are the transgender people, remember that ki there is a well-known critic Serena Nanda. Serena Nanda has written a book Neither Man Nor Woman: The Hijras of India. In that book, Serena Nanda says that the transgender are a group of people who do not fall in the binary concept of gender. Binary concept of gender, neither completely man nor completely woman. So what happens that those who do not fall in this binary concept of gender, they have been given the another title, and that is the title, that is the transgender. But the apex court in its judgment that came in 2014, the apex court says that no, instead of transgender, we have to use the word third gender. But the question was raised by the same community, by the deprived community, by the people of the lowest of the low people. They said that why are you using the word third gender for me? It means that male are the first gender, female are the second gender, and I have been given what I have been given the lowest place, the third gender. So it also shows it also shows the discriminatory policies. Then what happens that in when I met these people, they said that no, neither I want to be transgender, but I want to be either trans man or trans woman. What I want to say, they address themselves either trans man or trans woman. What is the chemistry? Yeah, what is the point behind this addressing? You will come to know ki those people who were born as male, but they felt that their soul is not the soul of a male, but their soul is the soul of a female. Through intrinsic feeling, they feel it that they have the intrinsic feeling, and with the passage of time, they found that they have the behavior of a female. They behave like female. They have the femininity. So with what happened with the woman. So those people who were born as male, but through operation, they change their gender and they address themselves as female or as woman. They said that I am what I am trans woman. The same case also happens with the trans man. Those people who were born as female, but they have the intrinsic feeling that you are not a female, but you have a male feeling. Through operation, they ultimately what you can say ki, they had gone with the operation. They address their gender, and they change their gender and address themselves as trans man, as trans
So,
uh,
in that case, we should be very careful using pronouns he, she, or like the debate is going on about using they.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
undoubtedly.
because by default, most of the time we use she for them, but it
Yeah,
can be
we
their sexual orientation. They are
it
choosing it by themselves,
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
choice, right?
Yeah. And even one thing I would like to add here, what I would like to add here, Transgender Protection Act bill was passed in 2019. In that bill, there is a clear guideline that a transgender or a trans man can opt their gender. She has given the freedom, but it's a process. She has to go district administration to get the certificate. There will be the panel of a doctor, and that panel of the doctor will decide what type of certificate you have been given. You have been given the certificate of a trans man or trans woman. But recently, I would like to add the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. Recently, I think only a week had gone. The High Court of Andhra Pradesh had said that no transgender, no trans man, no trans woman, only man or woman, male or female. If any transgender says that I am a trans woman, it means that she is woman, not trans woman. If any transgender says that I am a trans man, he is a trans man, so he is not a trans man. But such a type of changes we are going to get in nowadays through our court, the verdict that has been given by our court, the apex court, the high court, and even you can say in our institutions. Yeah.
No, just from the
Our
same
member,
question.
हाँ,
Yes.
Marisa
Go ahead,
पूछे has query. Marisa, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it has been answered that transgenders are actually those who have undergone an operation. If they haven't undergone an operation, they're either they will fall under LGBT, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, people often confuse transgender with LGBT community.
Yeah, mom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just want to tell you, especially LGBTQ community, what happened that when this you can say the verdict of the apex court of India came, that Article 377 will be scrapped. It has been scrapped. What happened that the verdict was only in the favor of LGBTQ community. Remember that the transgender is an umbrella term. Transgender is an umbrella term that includes all the people who do not fall in the category of binary concept of gender, whether they are trans man, trans woman, lesbian, gay. It means that who have some biological defect in their body. I don't have to use the biological defect. It's not a defect. It's the creativity of Almighty God. So I don't have any right to use such a word. But most of the people in most of the books, this particular word has been used because biological defect. They are biologically not complete when we in reference to gender identity. So I just want to tell you that when you talk about LGBT community, transgender people say that we don't have any bonding with them, we don't have any similarity. This is another group and I have another group, I have another group. When you talk about LGBT community, undoubtedly they have culture. But when you talk about transgender, you will find their presence in ancient India, especially in the pages of the history. In medieval India, you can just go with the Malik Kafur. In Mughal emperor, during Mughal emperor, even in British Empire, the colonial India, we find their presence, and we find they were passing the dignified life. So I just want to tell you that LGBT community and transgender, they don't have any bonding. They are not one. They are totally different. They have one common thing. What common thing they have? They have some biological defect, sexual orientation may be the issue. They have some problem. On this basis, we can say that they don't fall in the category in the binary concept of gender. But especially in India, when I met transgender people, especially the leaders of the transgender people, as Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, as Kalki Subramaniam, as Manobi Bandyopadhyay, and even in Kanpur there is Kajal Kiran, and you will come to know in Lucknow there is Payal who has joined Samajwadi Party. They said that we don't have any relationship, we don't have any bonding, we don't have any chemistry, we don't raise the issues of LGBT community. So they have their own community, they have their own issues. Might be they have the common issues, but they have rich culture, they have their own ritual, they have their own goddess, they have their own god, they have their own family hierarchy, and such a thing we don't find in LGBT community. In LGBT community.
Sorry, sir. I mean, who has the hierarchy and the family? You're talking about the transgenders.
Yeah, I'm talking about transgender people. If you
I
go, yeah,
think
yeah,
if you clarify the audience, the term transgender and being intersex, that would be very helpful to understand these terminologies.
yeah, undoubtedly, undoubtedly. When we talk about when I'm using the often I use the word transgender, but remember that in my conversation I said that transgender is an umbrella term. So here I am means I'm here for what? I am here not for transgender only, but you can say I am here for trans man or trans woman. So when I talk about the family hierarchy, I'm not speaking I am not saying about family hierarchy of transgender, but my intention is to tell about the family hierarchy of either trans man or trans woman. Because already I said that transgender is an umbrella term that ultimately is a group of people where all the people who have defect, biological defect, in reference to their sexual identity, in reference to their gender identity, they all fall in that category. They don't come in the binary concept of gender.
Okay.
So when you talk about intersex, when you talk about transgender, they remember that these are the two things. The transgender people are those people uh, uh, who have who have changed their gender just passing through the surgery in the sense ki, they have changed their gender. But when you talk about LGBT community or intersex people, they don't change their gender. They don't change their gender. When you talk about transgender people, it means that once they were born either male or female, society had addressed them either male or female, either man or woman. But with the passage of time, they have the intrinsic feeling. They heard their inner voices, and they came to know that they had the body of a male or female, but their soul is not the soul of a male or female. Therefore, they decided that they have to go with the sexual reassignment surgery. That is sexual SRG, sexual reassignment surgery. Uh, what happened that after it, they decide to change their sex. So when I talk about this, you find the operation, you find such a type of thing. But when you go with the intersex, such people who have fascination with both against the opposite sex, maybe that may be male, that may be female. Yeah, they enjoy. Yeah, they have the fascinations of such type of.
So the family orientation you're talking about is the natural family they are born with, or the intersex people, those who are totally abandoned by their families and they go outside in the world and they are adopted, or maybe they join some groups and there they see some family hierarchy. Are you talking about those,
Yeah,
or
ma'am. When
separately
no,
both?
yeah. No, I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about the family in which they were born. I'm talking about that family when they were disowned by their biological parents, by their biological father, mother. After disowning, they are adopted, and when the adaptation comes, they ultimately they have their own community. They have their own family. I'm talking about that family. In that family, the biggest leader is addressed as Nayak, Nayak. After Nayak, you will come to know about Guru. Guru has chelas, and chelas has a responsibility ultimately to go where? Ultimately, they go far to ask neg in society on two occasions, either on marriage of a lovely couple or on childbirth. So they have their own duties and they are very devoted with each other. They are very loyal to each other. And you will come to know that they have what? They have the particular area. In that area only a particular gharana will go, only a particular you can say only a particular nayak and their guru and their chela will go to ask the neg. In that area no other nayak is allowed to come. So family hierarchy, we yeah they find when they are disowned, when they develop their own community, when they come in the community of the people with the same issues. I'm talking about that family hierarchy. Nayak,
I think
Guru,
that
Chela.
part we can categorize, because that happens in most of the business structures. What my perspective says is like, because any owner or distributor, they also divide their areas. Like, I will be
Yeah, man.
distributing in this area, you distribute in that area, and I think that goes with the business orientation that they have. I will be collecting, or whatever they try to do for their living in that particular area, and this group should go to. So they probably, what I mean, you can throw more light on this. They do it for their own better maintenance of survival of life, or maybe coordination between the different groups, probably. So
Yeah, mom.
maybe
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can throw more light on that.
Yeah, mom. Yeah. I just want to say here that they have the democratic spirit. Especially we say that they are uncivilized, they are uncultured, they are illiterate. They don't know the chemistry of life. They don't know the ABCD of life, but they know each and everything. Believe in me, when I came in their contact, before meeting them, I had only negative feeling. I have only negative thought about them. When I came to know, I completed two projects. One is going on, one I had completed. And when I interviewed, they are very sophisticated. They are very sophisticated, and you will come to know they have the sisterhood in family, especially in family. They all live in a very disciplined way. They are very punctual to their duties. And when we talk about the area, this area they have developed because it's a matter of what? It's a matter of rosy roti, yeah, it's a matter of earning, it's a matter of livelihood. They say that we don't have to beg. One thing is very important. The pure kinnad, the you can say ki trans men or trans women, born trans men or trans women, they don't beg. They only believe their culture. And what is their culture? Their culture is to ask neg, Neig, in Indian, in regional language that is known as neg. And neg, they ask at a particular occasion. And what is that particular occasion? Either on the birth of a newly born child, or newly married couple. On these two occasions they go, and they say that it's my right. Why is it right? Because they say that it's a part of my culture and I am doing this thing not only in this era, because when you from the pages of the history, you find that they say that such a thing has been, it's not a business. They say that it's my culture. So to maintain my culture, even Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi in her interviews said what she said that today I become star. I had gone in Big Boss program. I had represented my community, my nation globally. But I will never leave to ask Neg, because Neg is my culture. Neg is my culture. So they protect their
I would
culture.
like to interrupt here just for one focus on some particular things. You're constantly using some names like Mrs. Tripathi or Miss Tripathi, who however she identifies herself, uh, like the same way the feminine the history that we have, the women's history, there have been always some women, those who were from really good families, or maybe they were from such a strata of the society that they could find the place in the society and they could speak always, right? They
Yeah.
were there were queens, there were whatever we say, they always had some superiority or some power, or some powerful families, they came from such families, they could get the education, they could get a good post in some universities or some working places, and they could speak, but they do not represent every female or majority of the females. I think that's the case with the transgender also. There are some like this Tripathi that you are saying, or maybe some three four more names, they could be few representation, but they do not give the whole picture. So what do you think about other, those who come from common families, those who are struggling even to come out, those who are even struggling to talk about their rights? Do we have any surveys for such people, such transgender and intersex people? And do Indian government focus on all these things also? Because only speaking of few people, those who have the cameras already, they do I that's my personal belief, they do not represent the whole picture.
Yeah, ma'am. Ultimately, it's a very beautiful and I think a very significant point which you have raised. But I want to tell you that in the case of transgender people, as you added it with the with females, in every ages we found some well-known female authors, well-known female politicians, but they didn't raise the voice of the community. But in the case of the transgender people, such a thing doesn't happen. Before you can just come before 10 years ago, even we were not in position to hear the name of these people, Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, Manobi Bandyopadhyay. No, not at all. After you can say ki only 10 years have gone when we came to know about such stars of this community. Before 10 years ago, they were only addressed as lowest of the low people, stigmatized, marginalized, abused. Such a thing we find. As far as matter is concerned, ki whether these stars raise the voice of their community or not. Mom, they have raised due to the coming of these people, transgender community. Transgender means uh, trans men and trans women I'm talking about. Trans men and trans women, they become conscious about their rights. They they came forward. They came forward and they told that we are the trans man, we are the trans woman. And according to 2011 census, you will come to know 4.8 lakh transgender live in India. I'm not talking about 2025, but recently a survey has been done in which it has been said that more than 20 lakhs trans men and trans women are living in India. So what happened that before these people, the truth was behind the curtain. They were behind the curtain. They were not in position to come forward. But even the the transgender who are living in rural area, who are living in a small area, they also come. They meet and they tell, yeah, I am transgender, I am struggling, I will not stretch my palm, I will do something. And when I ask who are your heroes, where did you get inspiration, they said that Lakshmi is my hero, they say that Manobi Bandyopadhyay is my hero. They have struggled, they are raising my voices, they have hold their position. In the same, they are my torch bearer, I'm following them, and I want to be like them. So what I want to say is they have raised the voices, they become the iconic figure, they have motivated, they have inspired their community, and the people of this community are coming forward. They are telling their situation, their plight situation, how they have been marginalized, what has been done. Even you can say that there is Sanjana Simon in Delhi. She has done PhD in theology. So such a transgender, even there is Aksa. Aksa, she is a physician in MD physician, Hamdard University. So I know these people, and I also told you about Kajal Kiran, who is living in Kanpur, a particular region. I also told you about Payal, who is living in Lucknow. So what I want to tell you, ki they are they are means they are working as a team member. If they are living in Kanpur, if they are living in any other area, they got inspiration from these people, and they just opted them as their leader, and they are the real soldiers of their struggle, of their leaders' struggle. Yeah, ma'am.
Nothing, sir. Just one last question, and then I'll leave it to Dr. Shabinas to go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am.
So, do you can you like throw some light on some organizations that are working in India or probably collaborating also with international organizations?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Especially you will come to know that there is an organization, that is organization yeah, there is an organization that has been made by Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, and you will come to know there is another organization that is Astitva. There is another organization that is Astitva. There is another organization that is Sahodri. In local language, in regional language, they have got the title. They have got the title.
Okay, I'll request Dr. Shabinas to go ahead with some more
Doing,
questions,
they have been
and
working. If
also
we
we
want to
have in the
collaborate, we
chat
can
box.
collaborate. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And in Kanpur, there is an organization, transgender queer people. Transgender queer people. This organization, so when the same issues happen, when the same problems come, they come under one platform, they come under umbrella, they do their best. And there is an other organization that is Sakshi that has been created by Gauri Sawant. If you remember that there is a web series Tali, in which Susmita Sen played a leading role, and Susmita Sen played the leading role, that is based on the lives of Gauri Sawant. And due to the struggle of Gauri Sawant, the verdict of the apex court, Nalsa judgment, came in the favor of transgender people. Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Shabinas?
Thank you, Manju, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Sir, transgender have been part of Indian history, Indian
Yeah,
culture, whether it is Hindus or Muslim. We have examples like in Mahabharata. Bharat also we have example of Shikhandi, and even Arjun, when he was in Agyatwas, uh, he disguised himself as transgender. Then in during
yeah,
the
yeah,
Mughal time also, we have the presence of transgender in the harem. Still, the society's attitude towards transgender was very hostile. Na? But in the recent time, do you see that this scenario has changed? Now people are a little bit accepting them.
yeah, ma'am. Undoubtedly, scenario has changed, and it's changing gradually or slowly. And I believe that anything that happens gradually or slowly, it gives you beautiful result. If anything happens suddenly, it is harmful for the society. Gradually or slowly, we are going to be sensitized. Some people have been sensitized. As you have organized this program, those people, those scholars, those academicians who have joined this session, they are going to aware what Indian government is going to do, what Shamim is going to do, how much Dr. Shaminaz, how much Manju ma'am are conscious about their rights. So I just want to tell you, you are talking about the presence of transgender people in the pages of the history. What I want to say, they are known as visibly invisible. I just want to use this phrase here, visibly invisible. Why I am using this? They have their presence, they have their history, they have their family hierarchy, they have their rituals, they have their goddess, God, but they have been neglected. So if a community have been neglected for centuries, so we come to know that they have their presence, but they are not the part and parcel of our society. I just want to give you only one example. When Lord Rama was exiled from Ayodhya for 14 years Vanvas, what happened that he was going to Chitrakoot or forest for 14 years, leaving the people of Ayodhya at the bank of Saryu. So many people of Ayodhya Vasi, they gathered there and they gave the last farewell to Lord Rama. Lord Rama said that the people of Ayodhya just to go back, just to go back. The people of Ayodhya, not the people of Ayodhya, men and women of Ayodhya, just to go back. What happened that men and women, they went to their houses, but a group of people, it might be myth, but what I found in the pages of the history I'm sharing here, but a group of people were staying there for 14 years. They were dancing, they were just showing their devotion. When Lord Rama came back after 14 years, after killing Ravan, what happened that he found that at the bank of Saryu River, a group of people were gathered there, and he asked some people, who are they? The people told that they are neither men nor women. They are what? They are such a type of people who don't fall in the binary concept of gender. When you were leaving Ayodhya, you said only, when you were going for forest, you said that the men of the men and women of Ayodhya go back. So they were not men and women. At that time, seeing their devotion, seeing their loyalty, Lord Rama blessed them that in Kali the people will ask your blessing. So you find they bless the newly married couple and they bless the newly born children. So they connect this blessing with that particular event. With that, another example I would like to give you here. When the battle was going on between Kaurava and Pandava, you will come to know that Pandava was about to defeat. Lord Krishna said that Pandava will be able to fight to win this battle only in that situation when a person of Pandava group just you can say sacrifice himself for goddess Kali. No one was ready. The son of Arjun named Aravan, he said that I am ready to sacrifice myself. Then what happened that but he said that I want to marry before sacrificing myself. No woman was ready to marry with Aravan. What happened that it was the last desire of Aravan. Then Lord Krishna took the incarnation of Mohini, and it is said that Mohini is the transgender form of Lord Krishna. And
Sir,
Mohini,
sorry to
it is said,
interrupt, but
yeah,
Mohini was the form when Lord Vishnu took to have the equal distribution of the presence from the sea Manthan. You remember? Uh,
maybe
he took,
Samudra Manthan.
yeah, Samudra
Samudra,
Manthan. That time,
maybe
sir.
that might be
Sorry,
another
but
thing
that
that
that was that
yeah,
time.
Manju ma'am, that might be another thing. But when you go with the cases of transgender history, what they say, yeah, you can just go with the book Neither Man Nor Woman, the Transgender of India. Gayatri Reddy has written a book with respect to sex. In these two books, you will come to know such an incarnation of Lord Krishna is mentioned there. And they say that it was Lord Krishna's form of Mohini. He married with whom? With Aravan. Then what happened that the last day Aravan sacrificed himself. This is why all the transgender treat Aravan as their husband. Aravan is the husband of all the transgender. And you will come
Sir,
to know is yeah,
but
yeah,
do you think all these mythological stories have relevance in today's life? And when we are talking about the problems, the psychological
Society
issues that a
is not
transgender is
accepted, though
facing?
all there are.
yeah, undoubtedly there is no use of this story.
Yes,
These
sir.
stories are not relevant. But when you talk about the presence, when you talk about the history, when you talk about the significance of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, you find their presence, you find their reference in these holy books, in these holy scriptures. So in that connection, that is important. But when you talk about the contemporary society, undoubtedly these things are not important. But being a researcher, my duty is that I have to go to the root. I have to go from the very beginning. So when you talk about in contemporary scenario, undoubtedly we have what we have: Transgender Person Act, we have scrapping of the Article 377, we have the concept of the inclusive education, we have the sustainable development, and we have the NALSA judgment. So these are the things by these are the things that bring a drastic change, that bring a, you can say, a wide change in society, especially to change the status, the condition of the transgender. Yeah.
So, if I believe your words, and you are saying after the NALSA judgment, and there are some representatives of the transgender community, those who are really doing good, and there are politicians, there are movies made on them, they are doing quite good in probably in studies also. We should accept that the situation of transgenders in our country, if I talk about only India, has improved a lot and there is no such problem now.
No, ma'am. The problem exists. Already I said that things are going to change gradually or slowly. What I told you, ki, are you capable before 10 years ago to organize any seminar on this issue? Are Was I capable? Yeah, am I capable to give my interview 10 years ago regarding this issue? No, not at all. If you take this issue, the people ultimately said that ki, have you only this agenda? Have you only this agenda? Have you only this issue? Have you only this problem? Why are you talking about these people? So now we are in comfort zone. Transgender people are in comfort zone. They are ultimately they are getting government job. And even in NALSA judgment, clearly the instruction has been given that they have been what they have been given reservation in government jobs, reservation in OBC category. This is also the clear instruction of the Apex Court of India to state and central government that there should be separate toilets for transgender people if they come to get education. So things are going to change. But what we
So,
need,
is there just
yeah,
one
what
more question have arise from this from your statement? Like you were saying, when they go to education areas or universities or any public places, there should be a separate toilet for them.
yeah,
But this doesn't sound like inclusion. This is very clear differentiation.
undoubtedly, when you talk about what when you talk about the it shows something not it's not the part of our inclusive education policy, you can just say.
Not only
So
education policies, sir, society, that we talk about
yeah, even
equality,
even in
fraternity, and
society.
everybody is included in the society. Men, women are equal. Then the transgender, they are also equal. So if we talk about all these things, I think there should be, like, we already have two divisions: male toilet, female toilet. However,
Yeah,
I'm living in Europe and I see most of the time I don't see any difference of like being male or female toilet, except in school. The school I'm teaching, I mean, you're allowed to use any toilet, right? Because there is the people have grown up really mentally, and they understand their roles are different, they look different, but society is equal for them. They should equally participate. So these things are quite now they are trying to erase and have the equal places, have the equal things. Okay, we cannot have that same in India, I understand. But like even dividing male, female, and plus transgender toilet, do you think that we should need to work more, right? Because that looks like a big differentiation for them. They are clearly,
uh,
in that case, if I'm a woman, I'm going to a female toilet. If a man is going to male's toilet, and if a person who is entering that transgender toilet, uh, that looks like everybody is going to be noticed, and you clearly identifying him different from male and female.
yeah, ma'am,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think we are killing the very essence of being included in the society.
Mom, one thing I would like to tell you here, ki when we have the two separate toilets, when we have the two separate toilets, the toilet of men, the toilet of women, what type of killing happen in our society? We know it very well that this is the binary concept of gender. If we can talk about that, I am the third gender. If I can fill the farm, if in the farm there is the mentioning of the gender, male, female, other, when we fill the form that this is male, this is female, this is the third gender, when there is no killing of such a thing as any discriminatory policy. So I think that building any separate toilet for transgender, it will not create any hurdle, it will not create any obstacle in our
Sir,
educational
I want to
policy.
ask one question like no matter lots of transgender have achieved various position, whether in they are in the field of politics, they are winning beauty pageant also, they are in the field of medicine and different even we have in the religious field also we have Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, the Mahamandaleshwar of Kinnar Akhada. But do you think their position has improved in the society, and so society has completely accepted them? Because I know a transgender boy in my village, his family has abandoned him. So no
Yeah,
matter lots of people are achieving, but still they are being abandoned by their family, they are not completely accepted by the society.
yeah, ma'am. This is the basic issue which I am telling you. Ki problem begins from our family. Problem directly doesn't begin from our society. This is what happens that the society creates a problem, but the problem is going to happen where the problem first it happens in our society, and it happens from the side of our parents. Parents disown them, but the question is that ki why parents disown them? And when you go you will come to know only this is father who wants to disown, mother doesn't want to disown. But due to heavy pressure, always you find that ki mother is with the side of who, mother is with father. And whatever is the decision of the father, patriarchy, I would like to use the word here, male oriented society, whatever is the decision of the father, mother stands, because mother thinks that if this particular baby exists, yeah, lives in my family, other normal child, I don't have to use the word normal for anyone, everyone is normal. Those who have been created by God, they all are normal. No one is abnormal in the society. If they have any biological defect, if there is any issue, we can't say that they are abnormal. So the point is that when they are disowned by their parents, so they are disowned, and they are not only disowned, they are beaten, brutally beaten. They have been abused. Such a thing we find in all the autobiographies. Whether you go with the Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, Me Hijra Me Lakshmi, whether you go with Manobi Bandyopadhyay, A Gift of Goddess Lakshmi, whether you go with The Truth About Me, in office they have mentioned the same issue, the same problem.
Sir, we
Discriminated,
have a GPLT
marginalized,
member.
abused. Yeah, and
Sir, we
even
have a
sometimes raped.
GPLT. Sir, we have a GPLT member, Dr. Rex Uche. He has asked 5 questions. Dr. Rex Uche, please go ahead with your questions. I hope you can hear me.
Mom, if
Yes,
possible,
yes, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Please go ahead with your questions.
Okay. Number one is what are the cultural and social challenges faced by third gender individuals in different parts of the world?
yeah, yeah, yeah. When we talk about the social challenges, and when we talk about the problems, especially from global perspective, I'm not going to talk, because whatever the research I have, whatever the people, transgender people I have met the people of India. But when we talk about the Western transgender, yeah, Eastern transgender, there is a big difference. In developed countries, they don't have big issues, but especially in South Asia, they have the issues. And what the issues they have? They have the issues of the social outcast. They have the issues of the you can say their identity. They have the issues of their rights. They have the issues of their economic status, and sometimes they are forced to beg. Sometimes they are forced to stretch their palm. And I would like to quote here that there is an activist, and that activist says that you find me where you find me at red signal point. Whenever we stretch our palm to beg something, you scroll the window panes of your car. Just you close the door. You don't give any space. So when we close the door, the problems remain same. The issues remain same. We are not resolved. We are not decided to resolve the issues. So the point is that the social outcast, disowning by their parents, forcing forward to stretch their palms. Sometimes they are working as you can say ki, we use them as hijra people, as hijra community, but sometimes they are forced to work as prostitutes to make physical relations. Sometimes they are forced, sometimes they are raped, sometimes they are humiliated. So these are the healthcare issues they have, and they have the economic marginalization. They don't have the policies. Before 10 years ago, they don't have any policies. Even the Indian constitution give them guarantee of equality. But these things happen in India after 2000, in 2014 with the coming of the verdict of the apex court. So they have the basic issues: disowning, social outcast, discrimination, health issues, uh, government jobs they don't have. They are raped. They are forced to work as prostitutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for this exposé. I still have more for the second one is how do laws and policies in various countries support or hinder the rights of third gender communities?
Yeah, it's a very important question. Again, sir, I would like to say that whatever the research I have a research in the light of my own country. So I would like to tell you about the laws which has been made in our country and which has been working to uplift the condition of the transgender people. That is what that is there is the verdict of the apex court that is known as Nalsa judgment. In that judgment, it was said that the transgender people are not alien. They are the part and parcel of our society. As we live in our society, whatever the rights we have, the same rights they have been given. They have the right to live a dignified life. They can't be abused, they can't be humiliated, they can't be sidelined. But the thing is that it's only the verdict. We need the execution of the verdict. We need the implementation of the verdict. To implementation of the verdict of the apex court of India, a bill was passed in Indian Parliament. That bill is known as the Rights of Transgender People, the Transgender Person Act, Bill 2000. In that bill, it
Thank,
is clearly stated that whatever the verdict has been given. Yeah.
I
Are you
appreciate you
saying
for
something?
unveiling the answers. Yes, I say
Yeah.
I appreciate you for unveiling the answers to this
Yeah.
important question.
Yeah.
I have the third one. What role
Yeah.
do the third gender individuals play in their communities and how are they perceived by the society?
Yeah. Transgender people, I would like to tell you here that transgender people say that whatever the potency you people have means male and female. The same potency I have. I am your brother, I am your sister. I I was born in your family. I played with you, but with the passage of time, when you came to know me that I have some biological defect, I was disowned by you. I was disowned by you. So they say that if you give me opportunity, if you give me opportunity to be a teacher, if you give me opportunity to play any role in the hero or heroine of any movie, if you give me opportunity to transform the society, I am capable. And sir, I want to tell you that in India there is a state Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, many transgender hold the position of policemen. They became the officer. Some transgender people became the judge. Some transgender people became the administrative officer. Some became the politicians. So the society is going to change, and they hold the position and they do their duties very honestly. They are capable, but they need only the opportunity or chance. It's our moral duty कि we are the part of the mainstream of society. So being the part of the mainstream of society, we should unlock our heart. We should open our door, the door of the institution, to welcome them, to greet them with open heart and mind.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Dr. Shaman. I have personally learned such a lot from you. Thank you so much. And Dr. Shamanas, I think this was a very good decision for us to have this event because I have personally learned so much. even for me, there was such a misunderstanding. So things are much clearer now. Thank you so much, Dr. Shamin. Is there anybody else that would like to add a comment? Anybody else?
Anybody would
Marissa?
like to ask?
Go
Marissa
ahead.
has already asked. Uh, Rosa Oba, Rose, if you, Rosalind.
Yeah, I'm getting you, Dr. Shimenez. I will definitely come back with my feedback. Just give me just 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay, then we can carry with Dr. Rex question. He has one or two more left. Dr. Rex?
Sorry,
That's
my
correct.
microphone. Sorry, my microphone was muted, but I'm back now on track. The second, the third question that the first question I want to ask is, how can the local and global organizations work together to promote the rights and well-being of third gender communities?
Sir, I didn't get your voice because your voice is echoing and breaking. Shaminaz ma'am, if sir can
Okay, let me
drop
repeat.
Okay,
Let me, let,
Dr. Rex,
let
give
me
me
repeat.
time. I'll ask your question. I'll ask your question on behalf of you. How can local and
Okay.
global organization work together to promote the rights and well-being of gender communities?
Yeah. It's a very important question. Thank you, sir, for asking this question. Sir, you can just take me as a local person in my country. And you are what? This global peace is a global organization. So, what the coalition we have? You provided me a platform. I sensitized you. You came to know about the plight situation of Indian transgender people, why they have been marginalized, why they have been sidelined. In my contact, there are so many organizations, there are so many NGOs. They are globally working for the welfare of this community. They have the collaboration. They have been working because I have been invited by so many organizations, so many NGOs. They said that you have to just tell their situation. Even not only these, but even you will come to know in our universities, we people are running gender sensitization program all over India. We have UGC program, University Grant Commission. It's an organization of India that runs the higher education. University Grant Commission has made the compulsory that you have to organize a program on gender sensitization, especially the plight situation of the transgender people in school and colleges, especially to sensitize the academicians, teachers. And this program should not run only in higher education, but even in class 1, class 2, class 3, from 1 to 12. Because if you are going to sensitize the students who are learning from the very beginning, they will be sensitized and they will not use such type of word that is going to hurt these people. They will not sideline. They will be capable to give them room. They will welcome them. So you can treat me as a local, you are global, and this is also the bonding. We are also doing the same thing, sir. Yeah.
Sir, the last question from Rex, then we can end the evening because it is more than 1 hour. We have another program lined up. He has asked what are
Okay.
some successful initiative of program. I think that you have already answered that have improved the lives of transgender individual and how can they be replicated or scaled up. I think this you have already answered. Now, Marisa is asking one question. Are there heroes transgender too?
Yeah. When we talk about heroes refers to what? Heroism. And in heroism, what we find in heroism, we only find the masculinity. But transgender people has changed this concept. It is the heroism which we found with the passage of time. It's a concept of stereotype concept that has been broken away, that has been entirely changed. Heroism, Heroism does not mean when you have masculinity. Heroism
Dr. Shaminaz, your microphone is on. Please turn off.
yeah, heroism does not mean when you have masculinity. Heroism does not mean that you won the battlefield. Heroism in my view is what? Heroism in my view is Gandhian ideology. I personally know a transgender who adopted a son that was orphan, that was on the road. So I think that this is heroism. Healing the wound of someone is heroism. Not hurting someone is heroism. So we have to change the definition. कि खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Such a masculinity we find in Subhadra Kumari Chauhan's poem. So heroism you find hero, the role of the hero. But that is the traditional in Indian movie. There is a villain, there is a hero. That hero just fought against the evil deeds of the villain. I don't find such a thing in this community. They believe in justice, they believe in equality, they do something to reform the society. These things we find, these things we see. So many cases I have, they have done, which has not been done. Even you can just I want to give you the example of Dr. Sanjana Simon. Dr. Sanjana Simon is a transgender that was disowned by the parents to some extent, especially by brother. And what happened that her brother didn't care parents. But Dr. Sanjana Simon, she did PhD in theology. What happened? She cared her parents. She went her parents in hospital, whatever the issues and problems came. So a normal person, a man who is said that the decision maker of the family, he didn't care his parents. But a person who has been treated abnormal, who has been treated by so that he has some biological defect, that person holds the whole responsibility. So this is heroism. Yeah, this is the role of a hero.
So I think we had a very good discussion today, and thank you, Dr. Mohammed Shamim, for giving us your valuable time. You have thrown light on many aspects and many things which was not known by most of us. So, Nikki, now I invite you to speak a few words as a vote of thanks for today's event. Dr. Nikki De Pina. Dr. Nikki De Pina, are you there? So thank you so much, sir. I wanted to invite Nikki for last few words, but I think there is some internet issue, or she might be on other event. Rosalind, would you like to give your feedback just now?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Shimanes, and we want to thank our special guests for today. And in summary, I've really gained quite a whole lot about the experience, especially from India. And for me, it marks a crucial step towards a more equitable and compassionate society. But I still feel that there is still much work to be done, especially when we look at the issue as a challenge globally. And for global communities, I think India's journey highlights the urgent need to move beyond legal recognition towards practical implementation, strengthening social support systems, creating safe spaces, as well as driving inclusive policies and fostering widespread awareness that affirms the rights, identity, and contributions of third gender individuals. So for me, the way forward calls for collaboration from grassroots advocates to governments and other stakeholders so that we can ensure true equality, acceptance, and opportunities for all. So on behalf of all of us who have been here, and for Dr. Nikki, I wish to say that this has been a very intriguing conversation. Thank you, Dr. Shimanes and team, for always inviting well-read experts of their own field to come and share with us, because in that we learn best practices and we also learn how to cut the T's and dot the I's in our different fields, especially in connection to the topics in question. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see it next time in the next edition.
I hope I want you to speak few words in the end.
You mean me?
Sorry, Dr. Chamanas, I just had a problem with sound, but thank you so much, Rose, for that share. So on behalf of all of us at Global Peace Let Talk, thank you so much, Manju, for leading the conversation. Dr. Shamanas and Dr. Shamin, thank you so much. Rex and Joseph, thank you so much for your support in this. And to everyone that joined today, we greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, once again. So
Thank
this
you.
is a goodbye. Thank you, sir, from Team Global Peace Let's Talk, which is GPLT. We will invite you again for some other topic. And so this is a goodbye from Team GPLT. We are lined up with another event just now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikki ma'am. Thank you, Manju ma'am. Thank you, Shaminaz ma'am, and all the scholars, academicians who have joined this session. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.